Hello, you beautiful bastards, and welcome to my so-called show, Venom. The symbiotic alien lifeform who uses disgraced jock journalist Eddie Brock as his host, who decide to work together, spending their days either fucking up the day of former host Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, or actually going out of their way to help people as some anti-hero. It's a character that has remained popular for nearly 40 years, and in 2007's Spider-Man 3, we finally got a live-action Venom, performed by Topher Grace, and the results were...
Hey, Parker.
It would be 11 years before Venom would finally get his own solo outing, and with Tom Hardy replacing Topher Grace and the character being utilised for a reboot, it looks like it would be closer to the darker, more violent source material. But sadly, those results were... Yet somehow it was successful enough to warrant a sequel called Venom, Let There Be Carnage, which would finally give us the live-action debut of Carnage. But those results turned out to be...
I don't want to.
Which leads me to today's review of the latest sequel that apparently closes the chapter in this forgettable franchise, and that, slutty ladies and not-so-gentlemen, is none other than Venom: The Last Dance.
Eddie, I'm with you to the end.
Venom: The Last Dance continues from the pointless multiverse hint of our two leads colliding with Tom Holland's Spider-Man that got tossed aside to have them end up back in their world in order to continue the plot from where the last crap entry left off, with Eddie Brock and symbiotic lifeform Venom lying low after being suspected of the murder of Detective Mulligan, played by Stephen, way too talented to be in these movies, Graham. But unfortunately, some arsehole named Noel, played by Andy Serkis, a prisoner from Venom's world who happens to be locked up in some Venom-style S&M space dungeon, sends some creatures known as the Xenophage to Earth to track down Venom, who also holds the codex that is the key to Noel's release, so Noel can get out and do some world-ending crap or something. And to make things worse, an army led by a man named Strickland, played by Chiwetel Ejiofor, who tracks down symbiotic lifeforms for a bunch of bland scientists in Area 51, are also on their tail, as it's revealed that Mulligan is alive and is also the host to another symbiotic lifeform who warns them about Null, and that the only way to stop Null is to kill Venom in order to destroy the Codex. So now it's up to Brock and Venom, or Brenham, as no one likes to call them, to try to avoid the rest of the plot as much as they can. Can Brenham avoid both these assholes enough to clear their name? And will this movie be good enough to gross the $450 to $500 million in order to profit from their budget of $120 million?
No.
Or maybe no one just fucking cares anymore. Okay, all jokes aside, I actually didn't hate this as much as I expected, and don't get me wrong, there's some shit here, some major shit, but I can't deny that I did buy the relationship between Brenham much more here than I did in the previous two.
Really?
Okay, it still lacks the complexity of the darker versions shown in the comics, but Hardy seems much more comfortable here as Brock, and there were times his back and forth with Venom did get a few laughs out of me. And to be honest, I would have just been happy seeing these two fuck about getting up to mischief, so nice one, Hardy. It only took 3 movies to get me to care about Brenham, but better fucking late than never, I guess. But the rest of the movie happens and suddenly it's back to being shit, like the other plot revolving around the other symbiotes being researched on in Area 51 by bland scientists that frankly just bored the fuck out of me. Not only that, every actor apart from Hardy is wasted, seriously. How the fuck do you waste good actors like Chiwetel Ejiofor, Andy Serkis, and Stephen Graham? Okay, Rhys Evans' Martin Moon at least had some personality, but even he's a fucking idiot. Seriously, What kind of fucking dad allows their kids to sneak into a heavily guarded government base?
What is wrong with you?
And as funny as Brock's reaction was to the scene where he's forced to sit through Venom singing David Bowie along with Moon's family, it went on way too long, and it's a shame that despite improving on the first two movies, the rest of the film still comes across as messy. It's like they had a contract to make 3 movies, but when they had to write the scripts, they just threw any old shit at the wall to see what would stick. Even Venom blows his cover, risking the entire world just to fucking dance. What the fuck? Null is a pointless villain that does fuck all, and I actually forgot he was there. That's how boring he was. Even the epic climax involving an army of spoilers should have been something, but because we had 2 forgettable movies that showed no signs of build-up, it just ends up being another load of boring, unrendered CGI being thrown on the screen. So overall, despite Hardy improving as Venom, this One Last Stand sadly suffers from way too many major missteps.
Eddie, I'm with you to the end.
And whether you beautiful bastards are Northern, English or not, thanks for watching, and do remember to like, comment, share, subscribe and ring that bell in order to be notified. And if you wish to further support this channel, then the links are in the description below. But right now, that's me done, and I'm off to the pub.